Good morning, folks. We're here at Tia Maria to check on our progress on our build. Let's go check out the site and see what's going on for today. Well, folks, we're actually on site now checking out the progress. Man, it looks like they've really come a long way. I'm surprised with all the rain that we've had. They've actually been able to go up with those courses on that CHP. Right now, it looks like they're finishing work on putting in some of the drain pipes in for the plumbing. It's going to eventually tie into the second floor systems upstairs. And I can see that they're working on that on the center beams over here, trying to tie in that span, the main beam there that transitions from the center of the house to the very far side. And they're working on one of the front support columns up here too as well. You can see, I'll try not to, I've really been working on my filming here, trying not to spin this camera around, but when you're walking and talking, it's not as easy as it seems. You see right now that they're actually still laying that CHP block, and they just put the header over the window on that office area over there, office slash CR, and then they're gonna transition to the back. Hopefully, Dave's gonna get that earth mover, get the big machine in place, and that's what we're really waiting for. I keep saying this, Ben, but he keeps putting it off. But we're having a hard time getting that the big earth mover over here, the backhoe, and kind of a combo machine. It comes in here that's gonna move all this dirt into these trenches, and after that, they're actually going to do part of my neighbor's across the street over there, and they're going to take some of his dirt that he's got back there and move over here because they need to make room on that hillside for his landscaping. And they're also talking about getting his stuff squared away to start putting laying the fence line in and getting that squared away. And they're also talking about starting one of the fence lines on my build on that far side along there. So that's a big plus too. And you can see the back area over there where they've really gone up. You can see 3 fresh courses that span the back of that building. Back of the house anyway, over there toward our backyard. Also, this front area here, we're kind of having a big controversy on changing the design on it right here. It doesn't show, but as we go up to the second floor, there's going to be possibly a canopy put in place. I'm thinking about pulling the sliders out and putting windows in, and then putting a canopy in place there that'll cover up the front of the garage area. That'll be on a nice angle to it and give it a nice accent on the front. We're not sure yet. It's hard to find sketching that I want. I'm not really one of those guys that are artistically talented that can draw that stuff out, so I have to look for designs to see what we want. Let's cruise on over to the backside and see what they got going on. Going over an issue that we're having with our window. Let me walk over to it and show you what we're talking about. What size is that going to be, Bev?
140, kuya? 140.
How far down? How far is it going to go down?
Oh, no, I don't want it long.
See, we want to go further out this way with it here, so we have to find out.
That's why I was wondering why it's too high.
Well, again, you got to understand that too, that the height on this is going to be filled in yet. So this is not. So those are slide. If you look to your right over there, babe, those are actually sliders, which will be at ground level. And look over there. See that window opening? That's a slide. That's where your ground height is going to be. So it's going, yeah, right there. So
yung window ko from the top to yung may go ahead. No, I don't want that high.
Well, you don't know yet. So it needs to be deeper and wider. So we have to get those dimensions.
I already. Ako yung said 60.
Again, folks, we're going back and forth on this on that window. We want to get it wider because this will be the main view from the kitchen going in the backyard. So it looks like we're going to have to do some demo work here in this one section. What?
I need to bring this closer so I can see.
That's the flooring right there? Well, that's about right. Yeah, because if you look at the flooring where he's talking about, that's quite a bit of difference. That's a good 2-3 feet, 2.5, 3 feet.
But if they will hear us, but we were talking about, I don't want the top.
Well, we'll have to. Well, folks, we're on site at the build today. Let's do a weather check real quick. Looks like it's going to be a sunny day. Another good day for the build. Progress. You can see what they've got going on now. They actually have laying some more of that concrete hollow block that continues to go up. Like I said, they're trying to get the goal is to get that roof on. I keep saying it, but that's the goal. We're hoping to get that the big earth mover in here to get the foundation filled. And then we can start pouring on that ground floor, or first floor in the U.S. So let's go check around that backside and see what's going on. You can see that they're actually forming still putting the forms in for the support columns on that side over there. And they're actually taking the forms off of that column because they start from the far side of the build and then go from side to side. So they're kind of completed in stages. And you can see right here that they're forming up this column as well for their garage. I always joke around, tell people I don't have a real sexy build like the one across the street because this concrete hollow block it's really ugly. I mean, it's just compared to looking at the finished block in the U.S. or the States, it's quite a bit different. See what they got going on over here. Actually measuring up rebar and doing some bending, it looks like. Probably for the tie-beam supports, more than likely. There's a crew foreman over there holding the rebar. Looks like they got one of the crew's sons out here on site, which is not uncommon out here in the Philippines. Let's get around here and see what's going on. We're at the very, very back of the house, behind the living area here, and you can see the foundation, or I should say, you can see the ground level where it's going to be. I mean, right now there's quite a bit of space here with all the dirt and stuff, but if you look over there and you see the slider on the living room area there, that should give you a pretty good idea where the ground floor is going to be. There's another floor box here they haven't fired up yet, but I can't wait till they get the foundation filled in and they get the first floor, the ground floor poured. It'll give my house a better feel to it, a better look. Because right now, you come out on site and you see all this ugly concrete hollow block. and you don't really feel like, wow, man, this is a. You don't really feel. It's just something you have to get accustomed to, but you're used to seeing, like in the States, how they go up. And I don't mean to keep comparing, but it's just what I'm used to seeing. I'm not a construction expert. I don't have a background in construction. I've been on sites as a kid. I worked in the construction trade when I was younger, but it's been a long time. So all this stuff out here is new to me. Out here, the way they do stuff in the Philippines. I've seen builds, but I never really paid a lot of attention to them. That's why I hired a contractor, because I'm not a building expert. And hopefully my build's going to be nice. I'm sure it will be. But like I said, going through this process is, it's not easy. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of planning, a lot of coordinating. What you're going to do, you start off initially submitting your plans, tell your builder this is the type of house you want, and then you look at out here with Tia Maria. You've got different challenges because you have that 25% rule with the property. You can only build on 25% of the farm lot itself. And there's all kinds of, deed restrictions, there's all kinds of different criteria that you have to meet. You know, if some people want to put a basement in, some people want to put a pool in, you want to put other structures in. Well, it's got a concrete floor and roof over it. That counts toward your 25%, so you got to be real careful of that. So you want to maximize your building space, so you go up, and they have a height rule as well too, so you don't have an unlimited ceiling that you can build to, or even if you had the financial budget, which I don't. You know, I'm working on a tight budget, and we're trying to stay within the parameters of that budget. But it's just one of those things that you learn that as you go on. You know, it's knowledge that's acquired. It would be nice if you had this knowledge up front, and then you could really, really customize your building, get a better understanding of what your restrictions are. But the 25% rule has limitations. I would have loved to have just a one-story, a big one-story, but they're more expensive than going up. It's cheaper to build on a two-story with the material costs and stuff. And it also takes up a lot of land. I would have had to buy one of the lots next to me to do what I really wanted to. And I would have loved to have another lot, because the average lot out here is about 750 square meters, but didn't have the cash to do what I wanted to do on it. So, but I think the 25% rule, I think it's a good thing for me, because I like space. I don't like to have my neighbors right on top of me, and that's something out here in the Philippines that these guys build. And it's no different in the States. I keep saying the same thing, but it's no different in the States, because you go to an apartment complex or a townhome condominiums, and you see how they're all stacked close to each other. Like I said, I like to have a little space where I can do my things here, you know, and have my little projects, tool shed, and have room to play with the dogs and the family out here. Get a little barbecue area going. So that's my plans when all this is completed and done, after we get moved in. So hopefully that'll come to be at the end. I'm looking at those trees up in the background. I already talked to them about having that trimmed up. Those are mahogany trees that I want to keep. I want to get rid of those, but I definitely need to trim them up, because those and the palm tree that's in the build of my house here, sitting on right in the middle of the fence line, is going to have to come out. I wish it would stay, because I like the trees. I like the shade, but fortunately you don't have that choice on it. So, well, folks, there's, like I said, my build's not real sexy. So got all these guys here that are working on it, still laying the concrete hollow block, putting in the plumbing, but there's nothing really else going on with it right now. They got the rough design on it, but it's not sexy at all. It's an ugly looking build right now. So I can't wait till it gets to be like let me turn around here. Can't wait till it gets to be like something like this over here with my neighbor. I want to say he's got a nice looking house. His home's really come along. They got the roof completed. Everything's done on it. He just has to do they're working on all the finishing touches. When I say everything, I'm talking about all the rough structure, and the actual build itself is it's coming along inside, but they still have to do all the finishing work, which is not only the most time consuming, but it's also the most expensive. That's where your building costs really come in for all your windows, for all your ACs, for all your finishing, your tiles, all that stuff that's going in. They're getting ready to lay tile over there, so we're really looking forward to seeing how that is. Well, folks, that's it for the day on the build. We'll be out again to keep you updated on the progress of the build, and we appreciate it. You guys coming along for the ride. So hit that subscribe button down there if you like what you see, and continue the support that you're giving us. We appreciate it very much. Everybody stay safe out there, and we'll catch you later.